that's why I ended up being on the harmonic and pattern side of things. I think it just fit well with I just felt comfortable with it. About oh yeah, sure. You guys are asking about the mentor, the mentor, how I met Jason. Well, I met I'll go back back to when I quit my jobs, plural. And I was again, I was on the search of I was on the search for someone to mentor me. And so I was searching the internet. I was, I was Googling Forex. I told you, I'm pretty sure I found every single trading site you can think of. And I downloaded the Forex Trading, FX Trading Monthly magazine. And that's when I read the article about Jason. He had the article he shared with you yesterday about the trading competition he entered, and I said, all right, well, this guy sounds legit. So of course I followed out and went to his. He seems like despite the mustache, he seems like a credible guy. So I went to the website, and there was a thing on there. It said it was a trader assessment. So it was a form I had to fill out, answer a few questions, and basically assess my trading. And honestly, I just filled it out for splits and giggles. I didn't think anyone would ever get back to me. I said, you know what, hey, let's fill it out because I quit my jobs. I got nothing better to do all day. And lo and
This is why most people fill out the trader assessment. They're like, I know he's gonna freaking call me. I'll just fill it out.
exactly. So later that day or later that night, I got a call from Jason, and it was actually this. It was obviously it was a number I didn't recognize, and I usually don't answer numbers I don't recognize. So I'm looking at him like, and for some reason I decided to answer it, and it's like, hey, this is Jason from blah blah blah. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, this is the guy from the computer. So he talks to me. Yeah, I did have a lot of debitors calling too. So this guy, he calls me, and basically he runs through my trading assessment. He says, hey, this is what I've noticed, and he starts asking me some questions, and it was questions like, all right, I see you trade triangle patterns, the breakouts. I'm like, yeah, I wait for the breakout of a triangle pattern, and I look to go in the direction of the breakout. She was like, okay, well, so what gives you a valid triangle? Well, it has to, triangle shape, it has to hit here. Well, how many times does it have to hit? Um, well, it just has to hit enough. Well, what's enough? How many? 4 times? 4 in the top or 4 in the bottom? And you could tell I didn't have a plan. So I'm trying to just give him some answers so he'll get off my case. And we move on to the next thing. All right, so what do you do after the trade break? Well, what do you do after the trade breaks out? Well, I wait for it to break out the breakout of the triangle, and then I buy it at market. Well, what's a breakout? Well, if price action gets above the trend line. Well, if the wick gets above the trend line, or if the candle closes. Uh, 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 and long story short, we went on for a few minutes. We went on for a few minutes with that, and then he hit me with it, and I was waiting for it. He's like, you know what, dude? He said, you really don't have a plan, do you? And I'm like, no. I'm like, no, I don't.
It's funny. Yeah, there's a trader. You can still do. I don't do personal trader assessments anymore. When Akil and I first met, I was still doing them. We were very small. Just Todd and I were running, the company, and we basically I was running a live trading room and doing a lot of the things that Akil does now that he's taken over for with the success that he's had in trading, and so I was doing these trader assessments and. The goal of I'm going to give you guys the secret of the trader assessment. You guys want to know what the secret of the trader assessment is? It's that you all have the same problem, okay? I already know when I call to talk to Akil, what's broken because everybody has the same problem. They might be approaching it differently. There are differences in terms of the psychological barriers that they're having, but every single person has no plan, doesn't follow rules, trades emotionally, and doesn't have any clue what the profitability of their strategies are. 99.9% of traders. And so when I called to talk to Akil, the goal of the trader assessment